You know I be trying to get that good food, boy. Hey, I'm from the H that's home, and we like to eat that's known. Say you want a piece, move on. Watch out. I eat where I want, I'm good. Eating like me, you should. Where the best food at? The hood. What we have right here, what is it?
Shrimp and grits, you feel me?
I gotta check that out. Okay, I gotta check that out, though.
Man, what's this? Ooh, this ain't your average shrimp and grits.
Nah.
Come on with it, yes sir.
So we got the maple sausage in there. We got the maple sausage in there, the bacon, the shrimp, cheese. Of course, you know I can't give you all of the recipe.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? That's that Creole shrimp and grits by Good Chef Rich.
Yeah.
Go ahead and dig in and tell me how y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all think.
I buy the food and we grill it. I get up work and go to the block just cause they got it exquisite. Let homie say he want a piece, then tried to reach. Man, hold on, you tripping. Hood food better than restaurants sometimes, you gotta admit it. Come on, dawg, hey.
With the sauteed spinach, the mushrooms in there. Of course, we got the sauteed onions in there. We got the sauce on top, the mamou sauce with the mushrooms and spinach in there. A little Cajun Creole flavor, man. This is this part of this is slightly of the Chef Rich experience. We got the garlic parmesan mashed potatoes as well.
Chef, how long have you been cooking? You're my master cook.
I've been cooking my whole life, but professionally about 3-4 years. It's been like the best ever because it's like more so. It keep me calm, you know what I'm saying? It made me stay on my grind, keep me focused. This is like my happy place, bro. I be cooking for 5-6 hours, I don't even know I'm cooking, you feel me? But
yeah, that's how you know.
Yeah, it's a passion, bro, and I didn't know I had a passion, bro, until like I realized like I took homemaking in middle school. I took homemaking in high school. I'm like, bro, niggas used to laugh at me behind it. It's the same niggas that was laughing at me booking me.
They trying to
eat, but it's a blessing, bro, that, you know, be able to like share my experience with y'all. And share it with the rest of the world. We're gonna do this thing prolific, you feel me? Let's do it.
Hey man, what it do, man? Listen at you, mate. It's your boy G Maniac. I got two of my prolific partners here with me, y'all. We finna get some informal stuff going on. We finna eat good. My boy Chef Rich is in the mix. Got the crib smelling real good. It smell good, y'all?
Smelling good, man.
Man, listen, look, so I'm excited to eat, we excited to get some good game. I feel like these guys know a lot, not only about what real estate, a lot about football and just life in general, man. So we want to tap in with y'all. We're going to bless our belly right now. Houston, Texas on the map. Y'all both from Houston, huh?
H-Town, man. South City.
Mo City, okay. Mo City, Texas. Mo City, that's where I'm from, man. So if you didn't know, we're from the same area, man. But growing up together, just watching each other rise and climb to the next step. And these guys has been athletic forever. I mean, working. My boy Dre has done a lot of stuff, you know, being in the NFL. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's kind of start off and let people know, because they might know your face, familiar face. Who did you play for, bro?
Yeah, man. So it started out 2015, man. We came from Texas Tech University. Spent 4 years out there in Oakland, man. So shout out to the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Real hyphy movement, man.
The hyphy, yeah.
I love out there to the Cali, man. So you know, we did 4 years out there. Then we did, you know, half a year out in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? All love out there. And then we did some time in Miami, man. In my yayo. So you know,
I know that Miami was crazy. So let me ask you this. Did you have a better experience in one of these cities? I'm pretty sure it's always learning and always kind of fun, but is one city just mind-blowing? Like, man.
I would say Oakland, just because I spent the most time there. You know what I'm saying? I did 4 years and I was really integrated with the city. Being out there, you know what I'm saying, with the Bay Area, you know, the Bay got their own vibe, man. It's real, you know, real relaxed, real chill. They get real hypey, you know what I mean? If you never been to the Bay, you know exactly what I mean, man. So shout out to everybody out there in the Bay, man. It was nothing but love the whole time I was out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. I had a lot of time, man. So shout out to the Bay Area.
That's dope, that's dope. And in the Bay, it's a lot that goes. I feel like the Bay has a culture. Everywhere you go in the world has a culture attached to it, right? But then the Bay, like you said, is the hyphy. How was the transition kind of coming from Texas going to like the Bay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my boy T was with you too, though. So, you know, we could all talk about like how was it the experience, or even just being there and seeing how bro move and y'all growing up kind of, you know what I'm saying, in the athletic realm, and just how was it? Like,
so I'll speak on my experience. I'm gonna pass it to White because he was out there, you know, very often. So. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say, you go in certain parts of the world, it just got their own different vibes, right? You got your New Yorks, your Atlantas, your Floridas, and California, but more so California, the Bay Area. The Bay Area is a different place, man. And one thing I will say, they die hard about the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? They die hard about the Raiders. And,
I know.
We would have games where we might be on the West Coast. on a whole different side of the map.
Or East Coast.
I mean, my bad, you're right, East Coast.
Uh-huh.
And we have more fans than a home team. So that just go to show you that how they fan base move, man. So, nothing but love. Shout out to the Bay Area. And, it really it gave me a whole different perspective. Being from Texas, man, we got our own little swag.
Right.
But, it's really going down out there. There's a lot of good people out there and all. So, I definitely want to, shout out to the Bay. It was a good time out there.
Shout out to the Bay, man. What you think since you've been out there?
I mean, the culture is like no other. They love their people. They love their fan base. They love each other. And I feel like when we was out there, just being his brother, being an associate of him, just being at the Raiders, it was exhilarating. Everybody just showed you so much love, so much compassion coming together. So, big shout out to the Bay. The love is crazy out there.
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. And I actually got a chance to come out there myself. I seen it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? I went to the Battle of the Bay? The Battle of the Bay. But beforehand, we was kind of like taking pictures, doing some photography work, but hanging out, and I just saw like the impact. I saw how dedicated these guys was. I saw what it meant, and just, I've never been a super athletic kind of guy, but at the same time, I know dedication and I know hard work and what it takes to get to where you at, which is where we at now. Y'all guys got real estate going on and different stuff like that. Like, even, transitioning from, because did you leave straight out of college or after Texas Tech, you went straight to the NFL or how long? Okay.
Yeah, straight out of Tech, 2014, 2015, and I got drafted the same year.
That's a blessing. So getting drafted, and then you did Oakland for what, 4 years you say?
4 years.
And then Kansas City, and then so let me ask you this though. Discipline. How important is discipline being in some of these spaces? Because me personally, I'm learning a lot about discipline here now or whatever, but I feel like being an athlete, there's certain things that you gotta be disciplined, whether it's going to sleep on time or having to get up early and do a crazy workout. Like, what kind of discipline do you feel like it might have taught you? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. I think too, it's all about, what's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you figure out what your purpose is, and what's your why, everything will kind of fall into place, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy. It wasn't easy. You waking up at 5 in the morning, you're not getting home till 9 at night. Woo! And it's every day, it's every day. It's your schedule every day. So it ain't easy, but I think once you understand why you're doing it, you know what I'm saying, and you moving in that purpose, then it makes sense. But the transition, it was just I think for me, I just understood what I was trying to get accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bigger than just me. And that was always kind of my mindset, just while I was out there, while I was playing in general. So that was just what it was, man. You gotta have a why. Cause like I say, when shit get hard, right? My bad. But when it get hard, you gotta have a why I'm gonna keep waking up at 5 in the morning? Why I'm gonna keep putting my body through, when I put my body through, more so than anything, why I'm gonna keep putting my mind through. So that's what a lot of people don't see on the outside. Like, one thing about when you at a professional level, like, it's more so mental than it is physical.
Ooh, that's exactly what I was
saying. And so you have to be tight mentally.
Yeah.
If you're not tight, you could be the best, most athletic person in the world, biggest, strongest, but your mental ain't on point. You ain't gonna last long. I've seen a lot of guys come and go just because, again,
how they think.
Exactly. They didn't have no why, they had no purpose for why you're moving. So if you got a why, you got a purpose, and I think, whatever you're doing, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's deep. Talk purpose with us, T-White. Like,
Purpose is huge. Just to piggyback on what he was saying, I was kind of on the other side of that. I've been through 2 different universities. I got getting kicked out of one university, and it all boiled down to my discipline. I wasn't disciplined. I was the kid, like, just like Dre speaking, we get out of practice at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. We got to wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go home. I wanted to do other things.
Being young, you kind of want to do it because it's still like, man, that's
young. I want to explore. I want to
Right.
enjoy myself, right? So, just speaking on that, man, like, I wanted to do those things. I wanted to enjoy myself, but it also spoke for on the field and the things that I wasn't able to accomplish because I was so blinded by the other things that didn't matter. So, if you don't really stay focused on your purpose, like, it's easy to get distracted, it's easy to get derailed, and different things start to come about that. So, purpose is huge. And now, just speaking on how I have my purpose, like, my son is my purpose. So when I think of something, it's just like, okay, so think about him. Before, my family was my purpose, and they're still my purpose, but I wasn't going into it with the same detail. Like, hey, like, you really got to accomplish this for other people. Like, well, why speak on is bigger than me.
Bigger than you.
And once you get that in your head that's bigger than you, things start to shift. And when I was a kid, an adolescent, just young, coming into college, doing things my way, I wasn't really thinking about everybody else I was affecting. I was just thinking about myself. So purpose is huge.
It is, bro. And mental, and like building your mental, you know what I'm saying? Because some people can lose it. You can build it and then lose it, but like in life, you're always going to face different things. We know that, right? Ups and downs, regardless, but it's how you handle it. It's how you react to it. And everybody learns at a different pace. Some people say in their early 20s, which is a blessing, you kind of get it. And then people creep into their 30s and be like, and you had a blessing, you know what I'm saying, in between that, because I don't have kids, Dre don't have kids as of yet, but you had a kid that you had a situation where that purpose is sitting in front of you now. You like, dang, like this a mini me.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Because that little man or little girl, they're looking at you in your eyes, and when they're looking up to you, that's the biggest thing. It's just like, oh man, I gotta make it shake. Like they're in that car seat and they're staring at you in your eyes. Like you might be looking this way, you look down and they're staring at you. You're just like, oh man, I gotta make it happen for you.
Gotta make it happen. That's important, man. I just feel like, bro, like the older you get, do y'all read books? Are you big on books? Do y'all listen to audio stuff? I mean, what's something that kind of keep you sane mentally throughout what was going on?
I think for me, and it's crazy, man, it's crazy, funny story. So like when I was in school, bro, I hated reading. Like if
we all do in a sense.
Yeah, so like if a teacher, I had to read something, like, you know what I'm saying, like I hated reading, you know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I'm saying, you get older, right? Education, that show gift of life, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. It's a quote, man, and I heard it a while ago, man. They say self-education can make you a fortune. And then what was the other part of it, man? I'm gonna have to get back to you though. But the gist of it said, self-education can make you a fortune. You know what I'm saying? And the other education is only gonna make you a portion. You know what I'm saying? So so the biggest thing is, I read now just to kind of meditate and kind of stay in tune with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And bring my mind right. But education is important. So I'm definitely on the reading tip right now, man. So send me some books if y'all got them. I'm definitely tapped in on the audios. Just moving around. So I definitely appreciate that.
Right. Listen, and like you say, reading is fundamental. I'm trying to read this food right now though, because I feel like, look, it smells good in here. You know what I'm saying? Shrimp and grits right here. We was talking about reading. As far as books and stuff go, I'm trying to get better at that as well. I had a chance to meet Nipsey, rock with Nipsey. We're going to speak on that here in a second because y'all got some prolific stuff going on, right? Yes, with the Crenshaw drip and everything like that. Yes, how big of an inspiration was like Nipsey to y'all? Like,
man, you want to hit on that way?
Man, Excuse me, I'm sorry. So I feel like Nipsey was a big push for us because he did a lot of things that other people just didn't do. He was breaking barriers that people weren't even thinking about breaking. You feel me? And I actually heard about Nipsey in Utah. I had a teammate. His name was his name was Tango. And Tango told me, he was like, man, bro, you should listen to Nipsey Hussle. Like, you hustle just like him, bro. Like, it's just something about you that make me think of you. You feel me? And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna listen to him. When I gave him, when I really listened to him, and I'm listening to what he's talking about, like
hustle to motivate.
He was talking about things like way ahead of time, back in 2010, 2009, that people are just now catching on to. So I feel like the prolific movement that he created a long time ago was huge for our society today.
Right.
And just to see him go, like R.I.P. Nipsey, like that was hard for me because he influenced a lot of things in my adult career. Just like I say, like he influenced our business. Prolific Partners, like Prolific came from that. It was a big influence on us. And
what's the definition of prolific though, for the people who don't know? Do you know it? Can you define it?
So I've defined it before. I can't think of the definition right now, but it's just being that best person that you could be. Like in my sense, it's just being somebody that not a lot of people are not like. You know what I'm saying? Doing the different things is gonna put you in a different category. So I know the definition. I haven't. I'm kind of blank right now. I've been drinking a little bit. But in my opinion, it's just being different, standing out, and doing things that other people won't do to take you and the people around you to the next level. Being integrated together. So
that's true.
That's just my take on prolific.
And just to piggyback on my man White, you know what I'm saying? Like the prolific, shout out to Nipsey, you know what I'm what I'm saying? Shout out to his family, shout out to the whole, you know, the movement, the whole marathon, because, you know, it does continue, you know, and it's crazy because, like, you know, while he was alive, like, I don't feel like people really resonated and understood what that meant. Like, the marathon continues, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear it in the sense of just the surface level, but like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Now that he's, you know, no longer here, rest in peace, it's like, okay, his name still lives on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's, you know, we down here in Houston, Texas. You know, Nipsey was, you know, he from LA. You know, Cali, that's a whole different area code. Right. It's like the impact that he had, right? That shit was worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we sat down, we had a list of names, man. We went through, you know, we probably meditated for a couple of days. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, you can't do it overnight. It wasn't just a one-day thing. And once we finally, you know. Once we hit prolific, right? I feel like it resonated with everything that we stood for, that, you know, that we wanted to stood for, and, you know, again, shout out to Nipsey Hussle, because it was something that I respected. I respected what he was doing. I respected what he had going. I respected how he moved. So, you know, it just made sense to kind of come in and, like, prolific partners. That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's kind of where we at. That's where we're going. That's where we're pushing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta see it. I see what's going on. They branding, they got their stuff together, man. I love to see it, bro, because a lot of things come from an idea. People have ideas all day long, but to actually put the pedal to the metal and go forward, whatever you want to do, the things like that, it's not easy. We know stuff like this is not easy. People might see it. You might see some photos. They flex it on the gram, having a good time, but it's long nights, early mornings, man. Like, it's a lot of that going on in this. The same thing with Nipsey. Like I said, I had the pleasure to meet him. And one thing I asked him when we did chop it up, I met him a few times. As a matter of fact, when he slapped dude at the BET Awards, I was right there. I couldn't believe it. I said, bro, just smacked. Hold on, I thought I was tripping, bro. So I've been around enough to kind of see what was going on. But one thing that tripped me out is he was an avid reader. Like, he was literally like, he read books in like 2-3 days. And I'm like, when do you find time to read these books? And he's like, if I'm traveling, we going somewhere 15-some hours, I'll read the whole book. And I'm like, knowing me, I probably would have been writing some. I probably would have been FaceTime, and I would have, to not really, but he's like hell-bent on that.
Time to self-educate.
And
that's why he was on a level that a lot of people weren't on.
Let me ask you this. As one of the, you know, the people who's actually met Nipsey, sat down with him, talked with him, you know what I'm saying?
A few times.
So give me like, you know, 2 or 3 takeaways that you learned or that you left with that you didn't know prior to, you know what I'm saying, that conversation. Like, what did you take away from that conversation with, you know what I'm saying, after meeting?
I would say the reading thing for sure, because it made me feel like it was cool. You know how you gotta have that kind of cool factor to see, like, make you want to do it? I was like, dang, if he could do it, bro. Read, what was the book you told me you read? I think the Jay Prince book, The Art of Respect or something like that.
It's a good book. It's a great book.
Y'all read it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he said he read it in like a day or 2, and I'm like, man, who's sitting back? What am I doing? Because I can't get past 2 chapters. Yeah. So that was probably one thing. Like, reading is fundamental. Another thing is how you carry yourself. Nip with like, I ain't never seen bro get. Even when he is mad, he calm. That makes sense. Yeah. When he slapped dude, it was like, yeah, right. It was like, yeah. Now so what? Like, so I'm like, man, and just to see how he is in that, I think. Relationship wise, because, you know, he was dating a popular, you know, Lauren London, stuff like that. It's like, how do you handle that? He handled it really good, and nothing was perfect. I saw behind closed doors. I'm like, okay, ain't nothing perfect, but he's smooth with it. Like, everything is smooth. It's cool, you know. And a lot of people say it's the Crippin, because the Crippin made him kind of smooth kind of guy, but I think it was just his character. You know what I'm saying? Just who he is, bro. Okay. And seeing that made me be like, dang, that was the same thing. Like, bro, you got to keep it player. Like, in West Coast, they don't call it player, but that would be their version of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Down here, we like that, but I would say Nipsey would be like on some player West Coast type vibe. And, man, and he gonna support. Like, you could walk up to Nipsey with a t-shirt. I've seen him, like, salute every fan. Every fan that came through, he stay to the last person. A lot of people don't do that, bro. He gonna stay to the last person, this little white kid or whatever, he's gonna stay. He gonna sign your tennis shoes. He gonna take selfies with you. He gonna, a neighborhood, all that. Like, I was like, dang, bro, like, that's a good, that reach out and touch. Man, after the show, he's staying. Most artists be like, man, let's get on tour bus, we finna get messed up. He like, let me go reach out to the people. People will bring him old cassettes, old CD, and he's signing them, he mixing them in. So all that is kind of like character to me. I'm a character person, you know what I'm saying? How are y'all really humans, or y'all out here like robots, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And I like to meet real humans, you feel me? So that type of stuff is just a blessing. And like I said, before he passed, we snapped it up. I was able to do some video work for him. Me and his camera guy was cool. Like, all that is dope, bro. So that's why I say just living and learning and shaking and moving. That's what we all trying to do. And salute to y'all for the prolific partners, because I've been seeing it grow, man. I've been seeing since, how long has it been now?
Man, 2 years.
2 years?
I feel like it's been long with it, you know, really a year and a half. But
Man, I done seen y'all paint walls yourself. I done seen y'all make phone calls. I done seen y'all probably, to get to 10 different spots, it's probably been a lot of trial and error. You probably had to lose a spot or get a bad review or something. It's all a part of the game, though. You know what I'm saying? And to kind of keep going, not even kind of, but to keep going, man, this don't stop, man. You know what I'm talking about? Just like this food from Chef Rich right here, man. This is good as heck, bro. Come on now, shrimp and grits. Let me ask y'all this real quick off subject. On subject, but off subject. Shrimp and grits or chicken and waffles?
Shrimp and grits.
I'm gonna say this, bro. I tried shrimp and grits for the first time a year ago.
What?
I never felt like shrimp and grits.
That was the combination.
Yeah. So, and when I would say this though, I can't just eat anybody's shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
You know
Well, you just started too, so you gotta make sure.
I can't just eat anybody's shrimp and grits. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Chef Rich. He did his thing, but
Come on, Rich.
I'm not just eating anybody's shrimp and grits.
camera
Not
see
at
that?
all.
Yeah.
Not at all. You dig what I'm saying?
So get up in there.
So-
Oh, it's
You gotta
dripping.
make sure it's pressure. You gotta make
Hey,
sure
it
it's
ain't right
pressure.
if it ain't dripping. Got that drip on it.
You gotta make sure
It
it's
ain't right if
pressure.
it ain't dripping, man.
Man, but what y'all doing, like I said, is amazing. Let me ask you this. So, prolific partners, you've started it. It's been 2 years in. What's, let's just say, I can ask a lot of questions, but I got one specific. What's something that would probably be, because people need to see the gritty side of stuff, right? We always see the pleasure, the popping, oh, they booked it, oh, they. What's probably one of the hardest things you guys have endured since opening this business? Like the hardest, like, bro, they don't even see this, they don't even know this.
I think, and I'll just hit it off and like piggyback on this, like, understand that it's a hospitality business. So
Catering to people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you dealing with people from we've had people from Dubai, we've had people from Mexico, we've had people from Atlanta. So it's international, it's everywhere. You have to be able to communicate on a higher frequency, right?
So you guys will technically be the host, right? Like, since it's your business, are you still the host?
Yeah, we're the host.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So and we hosting these people, right? And these people coming from different walks of life. So, you know, what they might be accustomed to or what they might not be accustomed to is, you know, something totally different. But what we try to do, we try to provide a prolific experience. Right? It's we selling you an experience. We want to make sure that when you leave this joint, when you go back to Indiana, North Dakota, wherever you from, like, you know what? That was something different right there. That was something that, you know what? Not only that I enjoy it, I'm gonna tell this to my people,
Right.
where they from, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we try. We aim to please in that capacity. But understand when it come with that, you can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody. You learn that the hard. I've learned it the hard way.
Discernment.
You can't please everybody, and that's the name of the game. So like you can't fault yourself too much because some people don't want to be pleased.
Don't want to be pleased. Yeah.
Some people just come with negative energy. When they pack their bag and they get on their flight, if anything could have tweaked them,
They bring everything with them.
yeah, they could have got a text from their baby daddy, whatever it is, and they tweaked out. You know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody, but you know what we try to do is, you know, again, it's a hospitality business, so we're gonna try to provide you this great environment, right? And we're gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you enjoy yourself for how many days that you're with us. And you know what I'm saying, but understand you can't please everybody. But I think that's one of the biggest things is that it's a hospitality business, bro. It's not you're not just giving cribs, not just people giving people cars. You're really like you have to make sure these people are
good,
safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, you gotta make sure they're safe.
Exactly.
You gotta make sure these people are like they enjoy their experience, right? Cause these people could have went to any other place.
Yeah.
They could have went to the
Airbnb, yeah.
They could have went to any other Airbnb. They could have went to a motel. It don't matter. But they came to kick it with prolific.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that you know what I'm saying they enjoy it and that they come back and you know and keep coming back. Honestly.
Would you say the same thing?
I definitely say the same thing, and I feel like just the system, because I'm kind of on the back end. Dre's on the front end. He handles the guests, communications, things like that. So he hears it from a lot of different people. You know, I step in sometimes when they call my phone directly, and I'm just like, okay, like how can we figure it out? But on the back end, just speaking on behind the scenes, is just the system. Like once the system was in place, everything ran smooth. But just figuring out our system, because like we've been through ups and downs. Just like you say, you're gonna learn things throughout business. We had to lose some things, and you spoke on it before we could even speak on it. We lost 2 of our first properties in the Airbnb business.
See,
and that's because we didn't have the knowledge that we have now. We didn't set it up the right way. We were doing things just on the fly, making it work. It worked. And
do you feel like you had to lose that to really be like, oh crap? If you didn't lose it, would it have the same gas behind it? That makes sense.
I feel like we had to lose it.
Yeah.
With us losing it, it kind of put a fire behind us. Like, okay, let's get really legit with it.
We gotta get legit.
Let's get on our game. You know what I'm saying? So we were on our game at first. Everything was going good, but we were on our game in the sense to where, okay, we're just winging it. You know what I'm saying? We're just throwing our touch on it. You know, hey, we're good. You know, making them feel like we're good, but we're really not. So once we got legitimate, we started locking in on rules, regulations, what it means to look at a lease and be tied into a lease and actually going through the details of everything and actually reading it all through, because that's what it's all about in this business. It's all about details. We'll come into homes, and if our cleaners didn't clean things the right way, it could be the smallest thing. It could be, hey, this looks dusty, and they're going to complain about it. So paying attention to detail and the structure and structuring things the right way, I feel like was the biggest thing in my heart, getting this right. But we've had our experiences, and that's what led us to be here right now.
Right. I feel like you can only grow from certain experiences like that, because when it happen hands on, you like, oh crap, you know what I'm saying? And y'all are transitioning too, you know, coming from the athletic world into real estate. I feel like might not be the easiest transition. No transition is really the easiest, but y'all got into it and you kind of got the shaking and moving. You got your hands dirty, and now you're here 10 properties in, bro. Where we at? Like all over Houston, or where we at? Like
I mean, we're mainly inside the loop. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of homes right here in 3rd Ward. It's actually one of our properties. Actually, you know, we located right here, walking distance from the turkey leg hut. You know what I'm saying? So we try to keep it convenient. You know, we try to think like a traveler, right? When most travelers come to Houston, right, they're thinking downtown, Galleria, you know, places like that. So we try to stay in that vicinity. And that's kind of just been our blueprint. You know what I'm saying? We want to be where the travelers want to be, right? This just make business sense. You know what I'm saying? So like again, right here, we are right here. We are walking this from the You can look at the turkey leg hut from this property. You know
this is nice too. And it's what is this, a 4-story? What we?
It's a 3-level, three-story. You know what I'm saying? 3-bedroom. You know, 3.5 baths. So you know, pretty decent size. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we've had baby showers here. We've had birthday events. We've had podcasts. We've had productions. So you know, we try to open up our cribs. So think about, again, go back to selling experience. We don't just want you to come and just lay your head.
Right.
We want you to come and experience. We want you to come and be able to, you know, if you're influencer, we want you to be able to come and shoot video content. Right.
You can, the way it looks too.
We've had, you know what I'm saying, we've had summer parties, you know what I'm saying, for young women. So, you know, we try to do it all. And that's the thing. That's our definition of being prolific. Going the extra mile. Being a step above. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where our blueprint, and you know, that's what we pushing.
Right. I can dig it, bro. Let me ask you this: Can you pass me a water or something, if you don't mind? That blue. And what we sipping on today, too, fellas? What y'all sipping on here? I try to sip on me some water half the time, because I'm always eating. My guys in Proto, what we got? What's
Julio and Neho.
Oh, that's that Julio.
That's that Julio,
man. I'm gonna get this
one. It
one.
might just be Reposado, okay, but it's that Donnie Julio.
That Donnie Dada.
Hey, G,
What up? You know what? Right here, man. Right here. Let me ask you this too before we go on to the next dish. Hey, shout out to Rich, man. This first one, I'm trying not to stuff my face because I smell that fish over there, man. I know it's good. You already finished this? Come on, we blessing the belly. T. White know a little something about it now. Come on, we gonna eat good.
And just to add on, you know, shout out Chef Rich. You know, Mo City, man, been in the game for a long time.
Oh, for sure. We gonna let Rich come talk his talk.
And with that, you know, Chef Rich is actually one of our partners. You know what I'm saying?
So, in Prolific?
Yeah. So if you book a crib, you book a car, you book anything with us, you have a chef that come with you. You have a private chef that will come in and cook for you. Whatever.
Do they book it separately though? Like
yeah, it's booked separate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
but if you like, hey, I want a chef, or I want, hey, we got somebody.
So these are the services we offer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We also have a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? We also have a cameraman. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
we try to make this. We want to make this a one-stop shop.
Right,
You come
right.
through, you don't need nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You need a car, we got you.
We got
you.
it.
You need your teeth whitened, we got you.
Yeah.
You need your phone fixed, we got you.
Right.
You need a meal, you need camera service. We try to make everything a one-stop shop.
And that's smart though. That's smart because, like you say, one-stop shop. I ain't gotta go to them. Hey, it's all right here. Oh man, I'm gonna book with y'all every time. Hell man, let me see the fish. I'm gonna go and dive in because y'all know we've been talking a lot. My belly is starving.
God bless you.
Fish or chicken?
Peace.
Pork or steak? Steak. I ain't down to that.
Staying away from that fork.
I know, man. I'm trying my best too. Can you pass that Julio, man? Listen, y'all. For my guys right here, I'm not a big drinker at all, but I gotta take a shot for the prolific partners. My guys are doing some great things here in the community, here in the city. Cheers to success, man. Let me go and pour me a little something. Can't be nothing too crazy.
Good. I'm good, man.
Come on, man. Cheers to the prolific way. Y'all boys keep doing y'all thing. Hey, man. Now, if I end up sleeping in the car, I'm gonna call Dre like, man, listen, that shot did it to me, man. Oh, but that's right. White or brown, since we talking liquor. White or brown?
Now, where I'm at right now.
He said, where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you know, back in the gap, it was definitely brown. You asked me that, you know, about 6 years ago, it was definitely brown.
So it's white now?
All white.
Liddy? It gets you, why do you say white? Because it gets you kind of turned, you know what I'm saying? Or what
Nah, I mean, you just, your preference just changed, I guess,
Yeah.
for me. You know what I'm saying? As I got older, your preference just changed. But, you know, I don't really do a lot of hard liquor, though, too. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of champagne wine now these days. You know what I'm saying? It's way more soothing, way more relaxing. I can get up and go. Like, I ain't gotta worry about, you know. Now, we pushing 30.
We pushing
So
30.
if you drink now, for me, it's gonna take me at least 2 business days to get back in shape. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Get back
right.
in
2 to 3 business.
2 to 3, man. These birthday parties are different now.
Nah, on me.
They're like, yeah, birthday party, I'm gonna need 2-3 days to reset afterwards.
On me.
And that's why I try to put the right stuff in my body prior to that too, because I don't never want to eat a whole bunch of fried food and then have a good night like that and then just be messed up for the next week, you know?
Sluggish.
You are what you eat,
Exactly.
except coochie. They ain't that, but you know what I'm talking about? Let me ask you this though, like I said, tuning back in real quick. A lot of people want to know, do you have to have a lot of money to do this, bro? Because people might see, okay, they have the football career behind them. You know, some people see businesses jump starting and they're like, oh, well, they have bread. So that doesn't mean the struggle is going to be easy with what you're doing. Because regardless, you got to have hard work and dedication to anything, right?
Sure.
But was your finance okay starting it off where you didn't really have to struggle to try to make this pop? Because a lot of people at home, no money, you know, we're still going through a crisis. It's like, well, I don't even have the money to do something like that. So, Hill, how can I, like, expound on that, please?
Touching that.
Yeah, you probably don't.
Go ahead.
So, I feel like in this business, starting off, we were just kind of out there. We were kind of figuring it out. You know, Dre did a lot of things for us, just to kickstart us. And what we had to realize is having sustainable amount of money. So it's not about, oh, I have this amount of money, so let me invest in this and let me do this. It's about having that sustainable money. When things are down, when things are not going of the right way that you expect them to go.
Right.
So having that sustainable income, I feel like is huge. And that's what kind of helped us in a way when we were able to have, like you say, the football career behind us. That created that sustainable amount that kind of pushed us into the next level when things went astray. So
like being in Texas and stuff, I guess like the taxes, a whole bunch of stuff goes into that, right? But let's just say if I'm a girl, a chick, want to start a business, I can go start a hairline tomorrow for, let's just say, $1,500 maybe. Go get some bundles, do the right promotion, kind of help do that. But let's just say jumping in this business ain't really a $1,500. You can't really, so you see what I'm saying? It's a different, what do you think, if you want to give them price-wise or even just, you know, not to be in nobody's pockets, but what do you think is a good amount or good something to even start out with something like this? Like, hey, you need at least, because when I'm in the music situation, talking to record labels and all that, they tell me quick, oh, you need 200,000. You need 200,000, bro, because you want to be in rotation, you want to do all that, you're going to need this amount. And then people know, okay, well, shoot, to be a rapper, I can't come in with 20 bands thinking I'm a cop a chain and do something. I need 200,000. So what would you say is a legit price or price, you know, range or something to kind of come into something like this? Because we talking real estate in Texas. I want to give it to them. People hear this info from y'all. I want them to understand what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this. That's a beautiful thing about real estate. You know, it's so many different ways you can get in the game, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not a one trick pony. So right, so like there's this thing called wholesaling, which is no money down. There's no money out of your pocket, right? If you don't know what wholesaling is, I'll give you a brief overview, but you know what I'm saying? Go look it up, study it, YouTube it, Google it.
Yeah.
Basically, what you're doing, you're signing contracts, right? You are an investor, right? And I know the property's there. So I'm gonna go find a property, I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm gonna charge you $20K, right? But the property only costs maybe 15. So that difference is what I get, that 5K. That, no money came out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So
I
in
know
different
that.
ways, you're right. Now when you talk about short-term rentals, you got this thing called arbitrage.
Right.
So where there's no money down.
Right.
Basically, you getting into the game, right? It's as if you were signing a lease. I'm signing a lease.
Right.
So boom, you own the property. Hey, this is what I do. This is my business. I do short-term rentals.
Right.
I would like to rent out your property.
Okay.
Bet you charge me $2,000, right? On Airbnb, I might make $3,500 a month. I'm gonna just pay your $2,000
A month.
That $1,500, that's going in my pocket.
Okay, right.
So in different ways you can get in the game. You know what I'm saying? So everything ain't gotta be, you know, the old generic route. You gotta come in and put 20% down. That's cool. Don't get it twisted. Ownership is key.
Yeah.
Ownership is key, right? But getting into the game, right? Sometimes you don't have to always go that route. You can go. There's different ways you can go about it. So I tell people all the time, like, you gotta go back to your purpose.
Purpose. I hear that. They're just speaking on purpose.
You go back to your purpose. If it's something you're serious about, something you're passionate about, you'll find a way to get in the game. Because you don't, honestly, 100%, you don't need money to get in the game. You don't need money to do it. Help to have some capital. 100%. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But you don't need it.
Yeah.
You can come in and be like, listen, you can find a host already that's already doing short-term run. So listen, I want to be your co-host. You working, you a doctor, you don't have time. I'm gonna handle all your day-to-day operations.
Wow,
There's no money out of my pocket.
Okay.
All I'm doing is running your business for you.
Right. Wow.
So don't use that as an excuse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta have this X, Y, Z amount of money.
Right.
Because you don't. And if you really like look into the business and understand that there's multiple ways to skin this cat. You just gotta figure out what's right for you.
Right. Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. And you gotta pay attention, man, because you might not know going into it exactly what you want to do. I tell people to use their strong points though. If you want to get in any business or anything, what are you good at? You might be good at organizing. You might be good at booking. You might be, well, hell, that's what you probably should, be focused on. So I know it's a lot of people that probably, like I say, not only here in Texas, but want to get into real estate. As the way the world keeps going, is like, well, what's something that'd be good to invest in? Yeah, for sure, real estate, right? But people don't really know the ins and outs, and it's kind of a lot. So these gyms can kind of get somebody started, or y'all might say something to where it clicks something in their head, like, dang, I really want to, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Man, shout out to Rich again, bro, because these math and tater, hold on, man.
Killing, man.
It made me lose my train of thought real quick.
I got a question for you though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let's switch the topic though. You know what I'm saying? Bless the belly.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say this too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your marketing. Your marketing
Appreciate
team. I don't know if you're a one-man operation. Funny story. I've been in gas stations, just random spots.
Yeah.
Right? I see the Bless the Belly at the pump.
At the pump.
You know what I'm saying? Like just random spots and all over Houston.
Right.
So shout out to your marketing team for, you know what I'm saying, for putting that on.
See it everywhere.
But
Appreciate it.
okay, so you didn't try foods all over.
Right.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay. I'm with it. Come on.
I need your top 3 spots in Houston.
Okay.
Your top three spots in Houston.
That in what category though? You know we gotta categorize it. You gotta tell me
your top 3. Give me your top. You're not gonna say that. I need your top 5. I need your top 3 spots in Ace Time.
Hit that chin right there real quick.
Okay, you got
top 3 spots.
That's like you doing good. You it's all in your chin.
What is hidden for? Top 3 spots.
Top 3.
And why? Why they top 3?
Top 3. Okay, top 3. Man, that's a good question because I get asked this a lot, but I like to mix it up. I don't say the same 3. But let's just say, soul food. All right, when it comes to soul food, because I'm a big soul food, Spanish food, seafood, all that is kind of like some of my faves. This ain't something that I might eat every single day, but when it comes to a good meal, man, my top, it's gonna have me sweat because I know a lot of restaurants, y'all. But my go-to would probably be like Mickey's Soul Food. Shout out to Mickey's, because I like to get a bang for my buck too. If I'm spending $20, I don't mind getting a nice piece of baked chicken with the collard greens, and then, you know, I'm gonna eat my vegetables and I'm gonna get that on the side. So to me, Mickey's, or like shout out to Essel's, I do a lot of business with them. That soul food platter is really just, you know, I can't, man, but I don't eat it all the time. I'm gonna just eat it when I want a good go to sleep meal, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mickey's.
Two more.
I like seafood, so I would want to say Papados. Only because I can choose something off the menu with my eyes closed, and I can probably get something. Yeah, I'm a lander. I did that last night, man. I'm pointing. I think I ended up pointing at some trout, man. That was the best trout. I'm like, man, it's good, you know. So they Greek salad.
Shout out to Papados too, man.
Papados good.
Faithful, never let you down.
I'm telling you,
You go to
that's why.
Papados 7 days a week and get 7 different dishes.
Yeah,
So
and that's why I say Papados, because it's kind of like,
And shout out to that marketer, because he been saying that same thing since we was like 2012, 2011 in high school. Y'all go to Papados, I get 7 different things in 7 different days. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, real. Shout out to him.
He say holla at me. Yeah, if y'all watching this, check, tap in.
And don't ever bring up that as an option with other options when it comes to
Yeah,
wine,
it's just gonna be
because you're
that.
gonna pick Papados.
Yeah, because you're gonna get a good drink. You gonna, man, I ain't saying.
They're gonna pick Papados.
But see, I feel like the chain of Papados, Papacitos too on the Spanish side. Ain't no enchiladas messing with them. I've been everywhere.
Nah.
Ain't no enchiladas messing with Papa, and I'd be like,
But also,
man.
it's no quesadillas either.
Oh yeah, quesadillas, they
And we're
killing.
gonna go for, you know, I just
kill it.
want that before my meal.
They killing. I ain't
And
gonna lie.
that could be your meal, because they come out so big.
Bruh.
Papa's the branding. You know, shout out to the
Shout out to
for the
Papa,
branding.
yeah, because they killing it.
They're killing it.
Shout out to
man.
Papados, shout out to Mickey's.
Mickey's.
So give me one more.
One more. I would say, one more. Who do I like? Man, I like,
Give me something the folks don't know.
That's what I'm trying to think.
Give me something the folks don't know.
well,
All in the wild.
Give me one of them gems, man. One of them gems.
Ooh,
Hidden gems. That's
all
all.
in the wild.
on my side of town, I like Second Seafood. It went from first seafood to second seafood. They menu is
if you
still.
know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But they have a huge menu. Like when you walk in, you can literally a la carte whatever, and the menu is down to egg rolls to chicken, to some of the best fat, juicy chicken tenders I done had in the city. Is right there in the hole in the wall, man. Shout out to Sleepy's Po' Boys. You know what I'm saying? Sleepy Po' Boys got some of the best po' boys I done had all over Texas.
Okay.
Like the way they doing that is crucial, and they right there from New Orleans. So shout out to them, real authentic recipe. Right there on Main. Sleepy's, that's real authentic Louisiana food. Like everybody that works there is from the boot, like born and raised. So they put their foot in it back there.
Okay.
They put me on the was it Yakimin? I hate saying it wrong, but Yakimin or whatever. It's like a noodle beef stew type soupy type. Man, it's so good. They put me on that. The boudin balls are A1. Mr. We Got Wings over there on the north side. That's like family for sure. They got some great seafood. Ooh, man, I hate being put on the spot because I can't even begin to think like sometimes when it comes to, I literally have lists in my phone of different spots just in case people ask me. Like Sparkle Burger. You want a good burger? Sparkle Burger, that patty's so thick. Man, I went to Sparkle Burger and I'm asleep every time, you know what I'm saying? Some of these recommendations might really have you bless you better. You're gonna go to sleep. But these are good spots that like I say, that's the whole point, man. I definitely want to put different businesses on, help, you know, as much as I can. And then when COVID hit, a lot of business that was still open and they wanted to keep going and all that, man, I was helping them out. So here we are today, man. I got a lot of relationships in the food world. So, man, I can only, think of so many at a time. But I would definitely say probably those just 3 off bat. A lot of it will be catering too, though.
Yeah.
I got chefs and caterers in my back pocket like it's crazy, and they go crazy.
Yeah.
So that type of stuff is fun, man. And you know, with me doing this, I know that food brings everybody together. Everybody loves food. Food puts you in a good mood. So, man, happily talking over food and getting this information and stuff like that, bro. I feel like people can always use this, and it makes it fun, dog. Like, who wouldn't want to stare at a good plate of something like this while we chopping it up, man? Who wouldn't want to come home to something like this, man? Your wife better know how to cook. Listen, leave her right now. If she don't, or train her tomorrow. Tell her to get on YouTube and figure it out, man.
Cause I don't know what y'all doing, but I feel like I'm the only one eating.
Yeah. Oh man, T.Y. going crazy. Listen,
Killing.
T.Y. getting us up out of here cleaning these plates.
Man.
I gotta ask y'all something before we go. We're gonna go and round it off like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to what y'all do. Much success, much love. If there's somebody watching this video right now that has no idea how to get in the game, has no idea, has no even confidence, motivation in themselves, ain't got no money, whatever it is, whether they a kid almost, what would y'all say to them? Any wise words to somebody watching this that would want to do what y'all do, or just any daily motivation? They don't even have to get into the Airbnb or housing world, but just give somebody some motivation that could be watching this anywhere across the globe right now.
Man, I would just say, honestly, educate yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to do, educate yourself. Because once you give yourself that education that goes behind everything you're trying to do, you can execute in a different way. You know, you can come into the game like, hey, I'm ready. I know what's going on. So when those mishaps happen, it's just like, oh, I've been educated on this, so now I can move accordingly. So I feel like education is key to anything you want to do when it comes to investment and getting into something. So educate yourself. If it's something you really focused on, you really want to do, read it too. But come back to that reading point. You know, come back to that education. It's huge.
That's deep. Dang, educate yourself, y'all. People will be quick to be like, well, they do this or other people do that. Why would I start hair and thousands of people do hair? It don't matter. Educate yourself to the point where you can do something different. Use your creative spin to it, but also learn things. There's things out there that somebody else might not be doing. So like, don't ever get stuck in a like, man, everybody do that. Everybody do everything. These people ain't the only people do Airbnb, but they doing it their way. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say, Dre, to end us off real quick?
I'm gonna correct you real quick. You know what I'm saying? I know you said Airbnb.
Okay,
we
give me
do
right.
We do short-term rentals.
Give me right.
Appreciate that.
Give me right. That's what this is about. Come on now.
We do Airbnb. You know, so that's an Airbnb.
For the broad scheme of things, people.
We do short-term rentals. But just to answer your question, I'm gonna tie it back to what I said in the beginning. Man, you gotta have a purpose. You gotta have a why. You gotta have You have to have a motivation why you want to do what you want to do. But I'm gonna just keep it. Just talk real talk. Entrepreneurship is not easy.
Not easy.
And it's lonely. It's frustrating. There's gonna be a lot of days when you just want to give up and you just not really, you want to do something else.
Right.
Because you have no backbone. You can't depend on somebody to give you insurance to take care of your kids and your family. Like
They're not gonna understand.
As an entrepreneur, like you have to make a way for all these opportunities, right? If you have employees, now you have to make a way for these other employees.
Yeah.
So that comes with a lot, you know what I'm saying? So just have a purpose, man. Have a purpose for why you want to do what you want to do. Have a why, and let that fuel you. Because like at the end of the day, when shit do get hard, if you have a reason why you doing what you want to do, it's the shit that's hard becomes minute. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep it pushing. So that's what I say. I just say have a purpose, man. Have a plan, and and don't let outsiders stop what you got going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Because it's easy to politic and conversation about something if you ain't in the field.
Right.
Or if you ain't doing it, if you just on the sideline watching. It's easy to be like, oh yeah, he could have did this or she should have did that. Right? You watching me.
Lip service.
You watching me.
A lot of that going on,
So keep watching me, and I'm glad there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. But don't let that deter you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Don't let it take you off your pivot, no matter what you got going. Anybody watching this, you can do it. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you, man. Remember that whether you're religious or not, it's facts. It's facts. Like he said, education. He said purpose. I don't know two better answers than that, man. That gives it to you straight like that, man. So I appreciate y'all for coming to eat with the kid. I appreciate Rich for whipping it up. Rich, come over here real quick and talk to us before we get up out of here, man. Come on, squeeze in between. Let them know your name. Good. No, just come. Just bend down a little bit. I'm good. What can they find you at, man? This Chef Rich.
Find me on Instagram at the Chef Rich 713.
Okay.
My business page is MMMGOOD 713, man. Tap in with the kid. I'm moving to LA soon. So y'all might want to book. I'm leaving the end of January, so book ASAP. I've been going crazy. Y'all see these guys been going crazy from the appetizer to the meal. Bro, still digging in.
He say it's light work. He done killed it now.
This that Papa at your crib.
At the crib.
So but it's gonna be a little more flavorful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so man, y'all tap in with the kid, man, and tap in with Prolific.
Yeah.
Because anything that Prolific got on the chef side and on the small short-term rentals and Airbnb, whenever y'all book, y'all get to see me too.
Come on,
go ahead and tap in, man. Get the best of both worlds.
Who don't want that? Good. Come on, man.
That's the thing, though. Just because my man moving to LA, I mean, he ain't mobile. When the price is right, he'll be wherever you want him to be.
Wherever you want him to be, man.
So we clear. You feel me? The price is right, my boy will pull up to your wedding, to your bachelor party, wherever you need him, he is there. Again, you tap in Prolific, that's an asset of us, man. He partnered with us. So we appreciate him for that. Appreciate my man G-Man.
We in the same, bro.
Wreck the visuals, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
we need any content needs.
Any content. People might not know on the side, that is the key thing. That content is key. I definitely built that up. So not just food, but in anywhere y'all holler at all of us. You know what I'm saying?
So we need that, man. It's a one-stop shop over here. And you know, like we pushing P. And when I say that, I mean we talking about prolific. You dig what I'm saying?
Prolific, yes, sir.
Make sure y'all tapped in. You hear me?
Yeah, appreciate
Integrated
y'all.
vertically, baby. Yes, sir.
Come on, man. We blessing the belly worldwide. One time for Rich D. Watch T. White. H-Time, man. Mo City business, man. Chunk up that M real quick. We out this thing, man. They get it.
Yes, sir.